Gatorade Cup Series returns to the Kentucky Speedway for the running of the KFC 400 next race in the Gatorade Cup Series season number 12. On the pole, number 96 Conrad Evans, 2's outside second, the 11 of Jake Galloway. Then starting in third we have Max Aronson, fourth is Diego Yepez, and rounding out the top 5, Michael Gregory in the 9 car. Starting in the 6th position we have Jonathan Beeford, in 7th place teammate Rowan Fenway. Then in 8th we have Landon Lyons, 9th it is Max Rossi, and rounding out the top 10, Bibi Rez in the 47. Back behind them we have Marshborough the 07, outside of him Carter Friesen in the 6th. Then we have Levi Schoens the 7, and the 15 of Jose Mills. Luke Rainey, current points leader in the Gatorade Cup Series, outside of him Jeff Bright has won here before in that 5 car. Then we have Ronan Curtis and Zachary DeLello the 16, with Colton Neal the 01 and the 29 of Keyshawn Richardson. Then there's Riley Spurley 2 and Derek Hamill the 12, along with Code Luigi and Colin Teague the 00. Then we have Griffin Lynn the 10 comes in third in the points, and 2's inside George Isatomo the 44. Then there's Fesha Kukulan second in the points, Riley Sampson 31, 2's inside. Then we have Tommy Fletcher Jr. and Anson Charlbaugh the 26, with Trey Rainey 18 and 45 William Seaman. Eli Brent the 24 car, and fourth in points TJ Hanley. Then we have Anthony Fox and Scott Upton, Jay Jefferson 78, 8 Anthony Hernandez, Keegan Thompson and Jay Brando, and rounding out the field Evan Hunter 43 and starting in the 42nd and final position, number 48 of Nonigan Scott. There's our starting lineup for racing at the Kentucky Speedway here in the Gatorade Cup Series. Let's go on trackside for the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engine!
Fired up. 42 engines come to life here in Sparta, Kentucky for Gatorade Cup Series action at this 1.5-mile oval. On the front row, Conrad Evans and Jake Galloway looking to try and get good point stays to improve their positions in the point standings. As currently the front 4 points, Luke Rainey, the 40th stretch, Kukulan, Griffin Lynn, and TJ Hanley. Luke finished runner-up here yesterday in the Target Series, is the current points leader in that series as well. 41 laps here in the KFC 400. We'll see who gets it done. Conrad Evans, the first to get going here in the 96. He's on pole. He chose the inside. He steps on the gas. We're green flag racing here at the Kentucky Speedway. Already 3 wide to lead the first lap of the race. It is Michael Gregory the 9. Scott Gregory is one of the last 2 Gatorade Cup Series races here. Michael looking to continue the trend of the Gregorys, winning here at the Kentucky Speedway. To the inside to try and lead lap number 2 here comes Max Rossi. And how about Luke Rainey? Start outside the top 10. A lap and a half in, he's 3 wide for second position. That 2 car with teammate Ronan Curtis behind, pushing their way up to second and third. Max Rossi going to try and lead the second lap here at the KFC 400. He's going to clear the 2. Here comes Curtis to the inside, but I believe that 83 is going to lead the second lap here at Kentucky. He does. Rossi leads the lap. Here comes Curtis, inside help from Keyshawn Richardson off to the first corner. And Curtis goes a little wide. Here comes Keyshawn, peeking his nose to the inside. Car number 29 moves for the race lead as they race up the back straightaway. Here comes Yepez, 88. Might try and look inside to turn number 3. Carter Friesen the 6 just behind him as they go through 3 and 4. Some 4 wide action, but still keeping it clean for now. They race off 4, back around. Leader of the third lap of the race will be Diego Yepez. Now inside Carter Friesen the 6. Help from teammate Roman Fenway the 17 off to the first corner. And Fenway's going to look low on teammate Friesen now as they go through 1 and 2. Behind him, Max Rossi comes back to the inside, pushing that 17 by the 6. Now Rossi wants to lead through 3 and 4. Wants to lead the 4th lap of this race. He'll get to the inside. Here comes Colin Teague, and George Isatomo forcing 4 wide for 3rd position. And the 44, they'll short to 3 wide as Max Rossi leads the 4th lap of the KFC 400. Here comes Isatomo inside the 44, 3 wide to try and get to 2nd right here. Got a run, but had to lift on the inside. Look at Jake Galloway through the middle, getting a nice slingshot run. Gonna try and clear Riley Sampson. The others on the inside lane. At the front, Roman Fenway does clear for a second there. So Tomo did not get through 1 and 2 at all right there. Rossi pulls away. Fenway in second. So Tomo now 3rd. Under pressure from Riley Sampson. Here comes Anthony Fox, 38. Also moving forward on the inside along with Levi Schoens and Max Aronson, the 1. Starting to come back towards the front. 4 wide inside the top 10. Jake Galloway, Michael Gregory in the middle is for the race lead. Roman Fenway's had enough with Max Rossi leading the way. Car number 17 looks to change that. To the inside, the 83. They'll race down the back straightaway, side by side, then to turn number 3. Fenway in the preferred lane through 3 and 4 will take the lead away. Brings Itomo through the 2nd. And Max Rossi now back to third, but has a hole in line, so Tomu wants to lead now on Roman Fenway, but Fenway does lead the lap for 5 bonus points. So Tomu, though, inside lane to turn 1, the preferred lane, he'll take the lead away. Max Anderson moved to second, has now is a bid for the race. He did a great run through 1 and 2 on the inside lane. Gets Max Anderson the running room on the inside to move by the 44 to turns number 3 and 4. Fenway also gets a nice arc into 3 and 4 to move to the inside to grab second away, and now looks on the one of Max Anderson for the race lead, so it's going to be Anderson to lead the lap. Fenway trying to get a run. Here comes Riley Sprotube, car number 28, help from Derek Hamill, car number 12. Now Hamill goes low for third, and here comes the 8, Anthony Hernandez, moving low. That's for third position. As Roman Fenway gets onto the back of Max Anderson, basically pushing him away. Anderson's teammate Hernandez comes towards the front. Another one of their teammates, Jose Mills, moves on the inside, car number 15, and 2 JGR Toyotas. Jake Galloway, Keegan Thompson, moving on the inside. Fenway's going to lead the lap. Galloway to third, Thompson to fourth. Conrad Evans, our pole sitter, coming back to the front, car number 96. So Fenway to take the lead back from Max Anderson. Here comes Jake Galloway. He'll move to second with a nice run through 1 and 2. Has a great push from teammate Keegan Thompson, who's not left the back part of that 11 for the last lap or so. And that's really helped them move to second and third. Galloway wants to lead on Fenway. Slides up the track, trying to get some side drive down this front stretch. Fenway's going to lead, but Galloway's the inside preferred lane to turn number 1. And Thompson now abandoned by Conrad Evans. Here comes Polster to the inside. That's 3 wide for second. And Luke Rainey 4 wide. Our points are making big moves in the 2 car. As you mentioned, runner-up here yesterday in the Target Series race. Looking for a win in the Gatorade Cup Series here at the Kentucky Speedway to extend his points lead over that man just behind him, Sebastian Kukulon, the 40, second in the points. Moving towards the inside lane as Jake Galloway's going to lead the 10th lap. Here at Kentucky, teammate Trey Rainey moves to second, and here comes second in points Kukulon. Up to third, the 40 car, moving now for second on Trey Rainey. And they're getting a little close further back. Now they're starting to get 4 wide, multiple rows deep, and even at points, maybe looking 5 wide. This is where the lid might boil off of this pot right here. You might see something big happen. Yepes does get clear to keep it 3 wide. Got in front of teammate Eli Brett, let him in line. Didn't want to cause anything. Eli's also up there in points, so looking for a good points day here today. As Luke Rainey falls back 3 wide on the outside. Jake Galloway, meanwhile, is loving what he's seeing. 3 wide behind him, and he's pulling away with that top spot. Trey Rainey going to force it 4 wide on Kukulon. Has to make sure it doesn't hit the 29 while coming off of that 40 car. Did a great job. That could have been big, though, if that 18 came down too far into the door of the 29 Keyshawn Richardson. They're still 4 wide, working their way through 3 and 4. They're going to try and sort this out back to 3 wide. They can make it work here 4 wide. 5 wide, though, it's very easy to have happen once you do get 4 wide. So these drivers are praying that they can hold on to it. No one tries to force it 5 wide through one of these corners. So far, they've done a great job of it, caution-free through the first 12 laps of the KFC 400. Our first battle is for fourth. The front 3 are trying to get away as Jake Galloway leads Jonathan Beefer and Diego Yepes. Beefer wants a shot at the race lead, looking low on Galloway as they race down to the tri-oval. Galloway's going to lead, but Beefer does the inside lane off into the first corner. And this battle now will allow fourth on back to catch up by Curtis, Ruiz, Colton Yo coming towards the front. And look at that move out of Yepes in the 88, forcing Buford to the outside lane. And Diego Yepes wants to lead in turns 3 and 4. 3 wide for third goes Bibby Ruiz on Ronan Curtis and Jake Galloway. Here comes Colton Yo, the 01. He goes middle with Curtis. Now going to cut under on the exit of turn 4. That's a great move for Colton Yo. They're getting a nice run through the corners. Diego Yepes leads in the 88. 15 laps down next time by. And the KFC 400 caution-free so far, but it's been chaotic all throughout this pack. We've seen 3 and 4 wide action. They're sorting it back down now to mostly double file and some 3 wide. Haven't seen a 4 wide for about 2 or 3 laps now. Jeff Brett, the 5, moving on the inside behind Tommy Fletcher Jr. Roman Fenway just behind Jeff Wright. Jake Galloway top to bottom getting for our teammate Keegan Thompson. At the front of the field, race leader now Bibby Ruiz actually led that last lap for 5 bonus points. It must have been by a few thousandths of a second. They might go 4 wide for a second now. Yepes shuffled high in the 88. To the inside goes teammate Jeff Bright, and Roman Fenway, the 17, coming back towards the front, moves to second. And here comes Jake Galloway also moving towards the front. And they're 4 wide further back. Landline's fourth tie, winner of the last race yesterday in the Target Series here in Kentucky. Ruiz leads again the 47. Fenway on the back bumper. Here comes Jake Galloway. He'll go high, then cut back under. Fenway's going to look to the outside. Galloway says, I'll just fill that spot to the inside. And they race side by side for a second down this back straightaway. Off into turn number 3. Galloway looking on Ruiz through 3 and 4. Does he have the run to get to the inside of the 47 on corner exit? Close, has to get back in line. Here comes Anton Charles. I haven't talked about him all race long, but all these teammates are together. The 26, 99, 6, and 17 has a big move out of Galway for the race lead. But 4 of the rounds cars are right on top of each other. As Anton Charles forced wide by teammate Jonathan Buford. Here comes Ronan Curtis, the 77. As now Baby Rose is up top 3 wide for that second position. Trying to clear to turn number 3. He'll clear the 26, but not the 99. But cuts a nice run through the middle. Buford had to check up on the inside lane. Rose kept it wound up on the top side. Can he clear for second? All the draft is on the inside, which is really helping that lane work out right here into turn number 1. Jake Galway once again pulls with the race lead in the 11 car. It was this man that passed him, Jonathan Buford. Buford looking to do it again as they race down this backstretch 3 wide. Max Rossi moves back up to third to 83. Landon Lyons, mentioned winner of the Target Series race yesterday here in Kentucky, moves to 4th. Colin Teague up inside the top 5, that 00 car. Max Rossi now for second, shuffling Jonathan Buford aside. The 99 forced high by this 83, making a Toyota 1-2 at the front. Rossi has a bid for the race lead, but can't get there. Buford does get in line third right there. Battle for 4th. Derek Kimmel inside of Colin Teague. Here comes Jose Mills, the 15, also looking low. Keyshawn Richardson and Roman Fenway is back down the inside, the 17, making his way back forward. How about William Seaman? Haven't talked about him all race long. That 45 now up inside the top 15 or so. As Buford looks back low for second on Max Rossi. These two are really battling it out. That's allowing Jake Galway to get away in the 11 with that race lead. As the front of the field starts to string out a little bit right here as tire wear starts to come into play. Cars aren't handling as well as they were at the beginning of the race, so it's very hard to make the clean passes that we saw earlier where you can just stay in the gas through the corner and basically not have to lift. Now you're going to have to lift a little bit. Sometimes you have to think about how you're going to enter the corner, the arc you're going to take into the corner. It's a little bit more technical now with 20 laps to go as we're basically halfway done with the KFC 400 here in Kentucky. Jake Galway's led the most laps so far in the 11 car. Battle for second is on. Jose Mills inside of Derek Kimmel, the 12. Behind the Max Rossi tries to fend off the brown cars of Roman Fenway and Jonathan Buford. Bibi Rose coming back to the front, and last season champion Eli Bright on the inside moving forward. That green number 24 car making moves 3 wide on the inside. Keyshawn Richardson and Jonathan Buford up inside the top 10 for Eli Bright. As Michael Gregory back behind him, so that's good company. 2 champions of the series now forced high. Into the middle goes the 24. Max Rossi back by for a second, but Jake Galway has kept the race lead for a few laps now. Has led the most laps so far in this going. Can he hang on to lead at the end of this race is the big question. As Toyota teammates, first, second, third, all from different teams though. You have Joe Gibbs out front, Red Bull in second, and JTG Doherty Racing moves to third. Evernham Motorsports up to 4th. Yates in 5th right now. No Chevys near the front. Front 7 right now, kind of controlled by the other 3 manufacturers. Our first Chevy right here, Keyshawn Richardson moving low, trying to get a Chevy known at the front of the field and say, we're here too. And they also have Hendrick teammate Jeff Bright just behind there in the 5. DI car Jose Mills also has hung around the front for a few laps now. Here comes Mills' teammate Max Aronson actually moving low in the 1 car, trying to get ground. And the others start to shuffle to the front. Cars we haven't talked about. Code Luigi 42, Jay Rendo 22. Luke Rainey's coming back. Anthony Nance after being up front at the beginning, now coming back. Carter Friesen, same story there. TJ Hanley, haven't talked about him all race long. He's on the inside starting to try and move forward. Marshall Burrow, the 07, trying to get forward as well. How about Riley Sampson, Tommy Fletcher Jr.? Remember they had a run-in at Phoenix earlier this season. Hopefully they're over that and they don't do anything here at Kentucky to involve anyone else in their madness, but you never do know. Drivers have very long memories. Galway's done a great job, but Michael Gregory's not playing around. He just moved to second and has actually had a run onto Jake Galway there through 3 and 4. We'll see if he can try and make something work here. The 11 right now doing a great job out for, as we mentioned, the tire wear starts to come into play. It starts to get a little bit harder to make passes. You can still do it, as we've seen throughout the field. It's possible to do it. You just have to get a really good run and make it stick on the bottom. Like, see Michael Gregory right there, a good run down this back straightaway. We'll see if he can make it work in turns 3 and 4 this series. Looking lower on the 11 car. He's there. I mean, this could be it right here. He got a great run, a great arc into the corner, got down to the bottom. Now they're door-to-door down this front stretch. Couldn't tell who led it at the stripe. They're giving it to Michael Gregory, the 9. So he just led that last lap, and now he's going to clear Galway through 1 and 2. So he's now out in front. Galway's going to try and get clear. That's 3 wide for a second as Max Aronson slid up. 60 of DeLello coming low. They're going to stay 3 wide. DeLello's going to move to second. Jeff Bright, top to bottom again from Max Rossi. And here comes Cole Luigi, Season 5 champion, looking for his first victory this season. He's on Keyshawn Richardson. Just behind him, Keegan Thompson, the 20, starting to move into contention. now Michael Gregory's turn to lead. Can he try and control it like Jake Galway was? The 11 now starting to get aggressive to get back towards the front. Was over the back of Max Harrison, almost spun him around, but did a great job not doing that, as they're now 3 wide for 5th position. Jeff Bright will move to 2nd. The 5 car. Can he have a say at Michael Gregory? And Max Rossi up to 3rd. There comes DeLello. Teammate Roman Fenway looking low. DeLello in line in 4th. Now, can Jeff Bright fend off Max Rossi? Does the 83 move low for 2nd? As Jeff has a slight run onto Michael Gregory here, but Rossi's going to take it to the inside and ruin the run Jeff just had. I think Rossi's run is big enough to keep it working on that 9 car and actually gained a little bit. So Rossi now up to 2nd. Here comes DeLello to 3rd. Teammate Roman Fenway just behind in 5th. As I mentioned, Roush has been strong this season. They've kind of fallen off as of late, but now they're starting to show their muscles again, moving towards the front. 2 of their cars right now running inside the top 5. And almost 4 wide back here. Cole Luigi and Keyshawn Richardson almost got into a bumping match through 1 and 2 as Anthony Fox looked to peak 4 wide. Luigi tried to give him room, but then was able to move down once he knew that 38 was not down low. So that was very close there for some of our front contenders. At the front, Max Rossi is low on Michael Gregory for the top spot. 10 laps to go in the KFC 400, caution free here today in Kentucky. That's surprising. Last season we saw 2 caution flags, a flip for Jake Richardson, the 39, after catching lap traffic as he was out in front. But here today, we've kept it clean so far, as we're in the final 10 laps. Still a possibility of a yellow coming out and changing the whole complexity of this race. We'll see though. 9 to go at the stripe. Max Rossi, Michael Gregory, Zachary DeLello, Fenway Mills are the front 5. They have Jeff Bright in 6th, side by side, 2 by 2, 7th on back. Hamill, Fox, Luigi, Anderson, Keyshawn Richardson, Teague, Luke Rainey, Curtis, Galloway. Still trying to fight his way forward as for the race lead goes Michael Gregory. Looking back low on Max Rossi into turn 3. There goes Fenway and teammate DeLello for 3rd. They have to take the runs now. Teammates don't mean anything at this stage of the race. You have to take whatever run you can get. At the front we have a Dodge, a Toyota, 2 Fords, and a Chevy packed in this front 5. As Michael Gregory leads, but here comes a shuffle for Roman Fenway inside. Has home for the 5 with Jeff Bright. And Jeff's going to push Fenway by to the race lead. Now can he look low in turns 3 and 4 to lead? He's there. Fenway high, Bright low. Fenway wound up on the top side, trying to keep the momentum up. Jeff Bright trying to take the shorter way through the trial, but Fenway leads. 7 laps to go. Jeff Bright is low and by for the top spot. Here comes DeLello, the 16, the 1 of Max Anderson. Luke Rennie with teammate Ronan Curtis starting to move forward on the inside. They have time to get his 2nd win this season, to be back-to-back. He'd be our first repeat winner of this season. 6 to go to the line. Now it's Zachary DeLello out in front of the 16. Max Anderson with teammate Jose Mills not that far back. They're moving on the inside for DEI. 6 to go in Kentucky. Max Anderson wants to lead. Here comes Luke Rennie, the 2, as the shuffle is started back up again. Cars are starting to fall back, and others that are coming forward. Riley Sampson, I haven't talked about him all day long. How about Conrad Evans back there trying to move forward? George Zatoman, but back up further forward. Luke Ray, the 2 making some big moves. And Jeff Bright's going to get clear to get in line by Keyshawn Richards as Max Anderson leads. Yellow flag would end it. 5 to go in the KFC 400 at Kentucky. Can they run down Max Anderson? Now the 1's pulled away. In a shocking turn of events, Chevy's now 1-2-3. They were one of the teams that were, or one of the manufacturers that were struggling here today. Curtis by teammate Luke Rainey for 4th. Here comes their other teammate, Derek Hamill low. And Jonathan Buford for Roush is starting to make noise. Riley Sampson starting to come forward. His teammate Keyshawn Richardson has been at the front most of this race. 4 laps to go for them to run Max Anderson down low. The 1 is pulled away. Our Season 8 champion of the series, Jonathan Buford. And Max Rossi hit. Rossi has to check up. They do a great job saving it. We stay green, but the middle lane has just been disintegrated. And now Derek Hamill moves to 2nd, and they're shoving up 4 wide behind them. We might not end this race under green. The tires starting to come and play. How about Riley Sproto forcing to the inside of the 28 car? Trying to move up inside the top 20 and then inside the top 15. He might not have a shot to win, but still want to do as best you can. 2 cars breakaways. There are 3 to go now. 4 wide inside the top 10. Sort it to 3. The 2 cars that are clear. Max Anderson leads. Derek Hamill's right now 2nd. Can Hamill run that 1 car down? Ronan Curtis, Hamill's team clear in 3rd. Baby Ruiz now to 4th in the 47. 2 laps to go this time by in Kentucky. And Hamill is closing in the draft of the 1 car. Last lap. About 1/10 and a half better. Question is, when he gets there, can he make the move? white flag, this time behind the KFC 400 at the Kentucky Speedway. 2 cars to settle it, Max Anderson and Derek Hamill. And if they somehow get into a skirmish, who can close in? This is the white flag and the last lap for Max Anderson. Derek Hamill's closed, but he hit a wall of air. Now he's not closed much more. Through 1 and 2, it's got to be something big here in 3 and 4. Max Anderson has cleared and pulled away and dominated the latter part of this race. Derek Hamill's not close enough unless there's a dive in 3 and 4. Anderson does go up the racetrack a lane, trying to keep the momentum up. Hamill closes in, but it's not enough. Off of 4, Max Anderson will win at Kentucky in the 1 car. How about that for Max Anderson? A great win for that team. They hold off Derek Hamill, and DEI is back to victory lane with Max Anderson at the helm in the 1 car. Let's go see the finish results from a surprisingly tame Kentucky race. Here's how they finished in the KFC 400 at the Kentucky Speedway. No caution flags today. A very shocking kind of fact there at Kentucky, as normally we see a lot of yellow flags and a lot of big crashes at this track. And 16 lead changes, 8 drivers saw the lead today. And with an average speed of over 200 miles an hour, Max Anderson gets it done, leading 7 laps en route to victory. Derek Hamill maybe need another lap in the 12 car. He ends up in 2nd. Bippy Ruiz, Keyshawn Richardson, and Diglia Pez round out the top 5. They have Zachary DeLello, Jeff Bright, Ronan Kirsch, George Tomo, and Riley Sampson rounding out inside the top 10. Landon Lyons 11th, as we mentioned, won here yesterday in the Target Series. Anthony Fox in 12th. Jake Galloway, the dominator of the day, led the most laps at 13, but ends up in the 13th position. Jose Mills and Riley Spurley-Tube round out the top 15. A good day for Spurley-Tube. We didn't really talk about him much this race, but he really came alive late in the race. Same with Jay Rando, who got 16th. Marshall Burrows 17th. They have Jonathan Beeford, Scott Upton, and Luke Rainey falls to finish in 20th. However, as we see, no real points contenders finish at the front, so Luke does keep the points lead and actually extends it over his nearest competitors. Seaman Hunter, 21st, 22nd, Colucci, Max Rossi, and Roman Fenway. Fenway was up there along with Rossi, Michael Greger as well. Those 3 are really prominent faces at the front, but they finished down 24th through 26th. They have Carter Friesen, TJ Hanley, Colin Teague, pole starter Conrad Evans, never got to lead a lap. Then Trey Rennie, Keegan Thompson, his teammate, Hernandez, Eli Bright, Lynn Fletcher Jr., there's Kukulon, Sean Gio, Charles Bois, Jay Jefferson, and Noggin Scott right where he started, back in the 42nd position. Let's now go see the point standings after Kentucky. Here are how the points look after the KFC 400. Luke Rainey still on top of the 2, 10 races through. He's still on top, 63 up on Kukulon, who does keep 2nd. Hanley now up to 3rd, 5 back of Kukulon, 68 back in the points lead. Griffin Lynn as well, very close. So 2nd through 4th separate by only 6 points. In fact, 2nd through 5th, not that much between them. So 11 points separate 2nd through 5th in the point standings as Luke Rainey pulls away to a 63-point gap. And top 5 right now, Luke Rainey, Kukulon, Hanley, Lynn, and Fox. They have Eli Bright, last season's champion, quietly in the 6th position. They have Zachary DeLello. Jeff Bright moves up to 8th. He has 6 top 10s this season, tied for the most with Luke Rainey. Very, very quiet for our Season 2 champion. Landon Lyons and Tommy Fletcher Jr. move up inside the top 10. They have Keyshawn Richardson down in 11th, Conrad Evans, Levi Jones, George Osotomu, and Jonathan Beeford round out the top 15. They have Colton Yo, Riley Sampson, Jake Galloway, Michael Gregory, and Cole Luigi rounding out the top 20 in the point standings. Currently, only 1 driver inside the top 20 in points does not have a top 5 this season. That is Michael Gregory, currently 19th in points. And our 2 wildcard spots, Keyshawn Richardson, currently 11th in points with his victory, and Jonathan Beeford, 15th in points with his victory. They're right now the 2 wildcard spots. We've had 10 races so far and 10 different winners. Winners down here, Jose Mills currently 23rd, Max Anderson up to 27th, his first win, his first top 10 this season. Ronan Curtis 29th with his victory. Carter Friesen is 34th, Noggin Scott is 40th. Those are all winners down here below the top 20 that need to get up there to try and challenge for a wildcard spot. So far, William Seaman has not scored a top 10 this season, and he and Colin Teague are the only drivers that can say that. In fact, Derek Hamill, a good points day for him, but he's still down 41st in the points. Just shows how far back he was entering here at Kentucky. He stays 41st after a runner-up finish, so it's been a terrible first 9 races, but a good race for Derek Hamill. Moves him closer to 40th Noggin Scott, who finished last here today in Kentucky. As we're done with 10 races already in the Gatorade Cup Series season number 12. We look forward to race number 11 as we head to Hillside. Another crazy one. It'll be the Exalta 400. I will see you guys then.